take a look at a Type C thermal camera that's attachable to either ISO or Android, but you are going to require Type C. They give you a little cloth to clean it up. You are going to require an app to download and control the actual module. We're going to take a look at the controllers and see how this works. And right now we have a little cooler that we're testing it out, make sure that we are getting high cooler heat in here. So that's why we're testing these out, but I'm going to use this for much more than that. There's a lot of features that you can use this with this. So take a look at it and we're gonna test it out. So let's go ahead and put it together and see how it works. All right, here's the actual thermal camera. Try not to touch the lens, all right? It gets fingerprints easily. So find your type. So that's where we have it, the pretty much the longest. And I have a case in it here. So let's plug it in. Ask us a couple questions as soon as it kicks in, all right? It's gonna ask you what kind of application you want to set up with this module, right? There's a couple apps that are compatible with it, but so the name of the app is called IR heat map. All right, we're going to open that up. All right, we're just going to test out the application itself. Right now I changed the colors, all right, because the colors actually were gray and black, and I kind of like to see color. For example, I'm gonna put my hand in front of it so you guys can see it. Look at the thermal capturing, and right now it says 96, all right, just to make sure that I put Fahrenheit, but you could change it to Celsius. Now I'm testing out this cooler here in the back, and you can see how blue it is. And if I put my hand right next to it, look at this. You can see the colors. Now, this reminds me of the movie Predator, where that's how you can see heat with the IR. And this is perfect for there that you want to set up something that you want to make sure that it's not capturing any fire or get heating up. If you're a mechanic or engineer or a computer, somebody, and it starts recording, it's going to save in your files here, and you could hit off. Now measurements, it could measure, change the colors. If it tells me that, you know, temperatures are a little hot, for example, the module showing me a color. For example, the module right there where it's pointing, and if you guys can see the heat source right now, even if I move the camera to the left, look at that, it's going to heat. It's going to tell you where the heat's at, all right? And that's because that's a module controller for the actual unit. So I'm going to move it again. See how it moves the module? So it tells you exactly where the heat source is at in here, right? Of course, if I put my hand in here, look how hot it got, all right? That's 97. That's pretty much what you see in here. And then once you remove it, it takes a bit to calibration. And you can always go to your library. You can always go to modules. You got more options. You could actually change the rotation of the actual lens if you want from parallel to vertical. But I'm going to keep it as is. Now, temperatures. We have temperature controls. We have units, auto, and temperature alarms. All right. So temperature alarms is perfect if you want. If you want to set up an alarm to certain heats, maybe that manual.